Hello and welcome to day 21 of the Christmas Craft Off Collab 2023. My name is Cara Brandon. I'm so excited you're here. We're going to make postage stamp dangles 5 different ways. We're going to use a digital, washi or ephemera, die cuts and stamps, vintage postage dangles, or you could use postage stamps that you've cut from envelopes. And lastly, we're going to use a pair of scissors to make our stamps. So here's kind of an example of what we're going to do today. So let's get started. Some of the basic supply, let's try that again. Some of the basic supplies you're going to need are Glossy Accents if you have it, or stickles, some glue, a glue stick. You're definitely going to need some eyelets. And to go with the eyelet, you're going to need your Crop-a-dile, stamp and stamp pad, preferably some archival kind of ink, some rings for like jewelry making, scissors. Of course, we'll use our ink and inker, a stamp pad if you have it. I'm just looking around to see what else I have. These are the basic these are the basic supplies you will need. All right, so let's get started with the first one. And we are going to use Rachel's really cool digital that she made for the collaboration. I have part of her page that I've already used, as well as some items already cut out. And unfortunately, this page kind of got wrinkled, but this is the page I'm using. I cut it, or I printed it out on cardstock. And on this page in her kit, and again, I'll have it linked below, she has tons of postage stamps that you can cut out and make as dangles. So let's do the first way. The first thing, like I said, is I printed on cardstock and printed it out. And then you can either use, if you have the postage, I can't say the word, if you have the postage scissors, you can use those, or if you don't, you can just kind of trim it like that. And then this is a great thing to do if you're watching TV, watching some YouTube. Just cut these out and kind of get them ready. And then the next thing, if you want them shiny like this, that's where the stickles comes in. And then you would put a coat of this on top. You might have to come back, like this one looks like there's a little gap right here. So I would come back and actually fill that in. So it might take a couple tries. The other thing you might want to do is if you don't like the white background, you might want to add different paper. Like a scrap of paper is the perfect thing for this, to the back. So let's say we want to add this to the back. I'm going to get my glue stick, and I'm just going to glue the one that I've already added some stickles to this paper. And this is nice because it even makes it more sturdy. So let's say you didn't have any cardstock on hand, but you have lots of scraps probably. You can just cut it and then back it with a scrap. All right. So then we're going to pretend that that little section is filled in. You've added your stickles. You're ready to go. So you want to ink, since I added some paper, and then we're just going to get our Crop-a-dile. And I like to kind of look at the image. It looks like I need a little more glue. I'm going to use this glue. And think of which way you want it to dangle. This one, this area has a little more area than over here. And I kind of want to leave the cute little kiddo's head alone. So I'm going to go for that circle. Then you want to make sure you're punching far enough in that it's going to be stable enough and not rip when you put in the eyelet. All right, so then you're going to get out an eyelet. And then we're just going to smush this. Give it a big smush, and there we go. I'm going to trim that off a little bit more. And there's our first dangle. So you can use paper clips, bulb pins, safety pins, all sorts of things to make it a dangle. And here we are. So there's our first dangle using Reach and Bella's postage stamps. All right, the next one, let's talk about stamp and die. So these, and I'll show you the stamp set that I used and the dies. These are from Tim Holtz. I used this set, which is Stamp Collector CMS 338. I'll have it down below if you want to check it out. Stampers Anonymous doesn't retire their stamp, so it will be available to get. And then the other one that I really like is Correspondence CMS 225. This stamp in particular for what we're doing today is great. Has the lines and the postage, so that one is perfect. And then the die set that has, and of course, there's other brands that have all sorts of postage stamps. I think Elizabeth Craft has some. There's all sorts of brands, but these are the ones that I had on hand. This set from his, what was it? Last year's, the third release or whatever. There's these 3 different dies in here, and they cut out the different shape postage stamps. What I would recommend is first stamp your stamp. I didn't do this because I cut these out before, but I would stamp and then line your die up, tape it with a little washi tape, and then run it through, and then you'll have it centered better than I have on mine. So same thing, you could mix your papers and your inks and make all sorts of fun different postage stamps. So here I've added a couple dangles to these, and here's another one that I used the Glossy Accents on. So that's another idea, using stamps and dies. And then another fun one, a bunch of companies have these postage ephemera pieces. Temu has a bunch. This is $49 in Market. This is also $49 in Market from the Santa's Postage, or Christmas Spectacular, sorry. And this has washi, and this is more, this isn't sticky or anything, but this is like your normal ephemera kind of paper. And these would make great stamps as well. So let me show you what I did here. This one, I'm going to take another scrap, and this time I'm just going to put it on white paper, and I'm going to take a stamp. And the only reason I'm putting it on the white paper is to give it more stability. And plus, the washi has a sticky back. But you could put it on, again, different color paper, then it would stand out and have a different look. Alright, so I'm going to just put this here. And I'm going to take one of these and put it on. And again, if I was sitting in front of the TV, I would just make a whole bunch of these. And this roll is so cool. Make a bunch, and then I would have them for all sorts of projects. At the end, I'll show you ways to use your dangle, so hang on, we'll get there. Alright, so then once you have them on your paper, you can add your stickles here if you wanted, or you can just kind of cut it out. So I'm just going to trim this out. And I'm going to try and leave that fun edge, and I'm just going to go past it. Again, this is why it would be fun if you had a different color paper behind it. And that would kind of stand out. This is a fun little thing, little project because it's so versatile. You can use all different kinds of stamps for different seasons, all that good stuff. All right, so then, again, I'm going to take my Crop-a-dile, decide if you want the big side or the little side. For this one, I'm going to go with the big side, and I'm going to go on the left. And then this one, how about we do the big side? And why not on the right? There we go. Then get a couple eyelets. We have to change to the big side. And then we smush. Get the edge. And this one, let's add to a paper clip. So I'm going to get a jump ring. And I have some jeweler's tools that will help open the jump ring. And so this one to help hold it. And then you want to pull it apart this way, not this way. Let's see, yep, that'll fit. Make sure it's nice and closed. Like that. And then I have a paper clip off to the side, sitting ready to go. And we can slide this on the paper clip like that, and then it will dangle like that. Same with this one. So what I was saying is you want to make sure to pull it so that it goes top and bottom, not pull out this way. I think it just makes it easier to close the ring once it's been opened. And then we're going to close it. This ring might be a little too small, we'll see. Oops. Get another paper clip. You can use big paper clips, little paper clips. Oh, I have one right there. Oops. There we go. Yeah, it's a little smushy right there, so maybe a bigger ring would be better. And then you have a piece of ephemera, a tag. You can just add your paper clip to the dangle off the side. Yeah, it's a little, here, let's try this one. Over to the top. Cute. And it just kind of dangles. Alright, so that was with the washi. Alright, so now let's say you have some vintage or stamps that you took off of envelopes. And of course, we could use these. Look how cool these little stamps are. From Brazil. So cool. And these I would also back on something like cardstock. We could even use a scrap of coffee dyed paper. So I'm going to use my Uhu again. Same thing, we're just going to do what we did with the washi. It's just fun to use different styles of stamps, and if you have vintage stamps, super fun way to use those. And then, again, if I was making a bunch, maybe I don't want them all to be dangles. Maybe I'm going to make a few of these and use them as mini clusters. So that's an idea. Maybe you don't want to put the eyelet in right away. There. This one's neat because it has the remnants of the stamp. And look at this one. That one's cool too. That's the stamp already there. And then maybe these I'm just going to leave and add some lace to it and a button, and then you have a mini cluster. Really fun. It's a vintage stamp, and I added the Glossy Accents on it, and I think that looks really nice. So that's really fun, and it protects your stamp. Does it? Yeah. Oh wow, that one kind of smushed funny. So there, you could add it to a clip. Another ball pen, you could add 2 stamps together. That'd be fun. Have 2 little dangles. Cute. All right, so that is a vintage stamp. And then if you have, some of us might have had these from back in the day. I actually ordered a new pair from Amazon, so they're still available. It came in a set of like 5 or 6 different styles, and this is a scissor that's shaped with the stamp edge, and I thought it would be fun to use. And again, this could be any day or any style journal, but that would be fun to use this book of wildflowers and make a couple stamps from one of these pages. So let's say I'm making floral journal with pinks. I could come in here, grab one of the pages, and then just trim. Maybe I want this flower. These are not the best scissors, but I guess they get the job done. And then you can decide if you want shorter or wider stamps. So I'm going to cut a couple of these out. Let's see. And like that. All right. And then again, I would back this. And there's my scrap. On a piece of scrap. And try and trim it again with your scissors, but I found that, well, it's working. It kind of chomps up cardstock. It's doing pretty well. Yeah, it kind of chomps it up. It does well with thinner pieces of paper. So, in my opinion, if you have a die that makes stamp shapes, that would probably be better. However, sometimes we just don't want to drag the machine out, right? So if you have these in your stash, that would work. This last one I'm just going to trim. Alright, so now we're going to bring out our stamps, make it look more like a postage stamp. And that's where this guy comes in. And I'm going to use this stamp, and maybe this one, and this one. And I'm going to use my archival in black. And then you're just going to randomly kind of stamp on to your rectangle. And that looks like a used postage stamp. So there's that. I love things that are just haphazard like that. And that turn out looking really cute. There we go. And again, these would look really cute with some Glossy Accents. I'm going to ink. And I made a couple already over here. And then this one, I added a piece of this fun daisy lace as another layer. Looks really cute. And then this one, I used another die from that Tim Holtz set, And then if I stamp something on there or used a rub-on, that's just another fun dangle. And look how cute. Look how cute. All right, so there are the 5 ways. Let's take a look at all of the different ones. So we had this one using the scissors. And then we have these that I made with the washi tape. Again, this one I just took a piece of lace and added it behind, and then it layers with, the look is really cute. Here's one with the paper clip again, and the pin, and here's my vintage ones. And there's the ephemera, and then this is a safety pin from Tim Holtz, and I put the jump ring to the back of the circle. And then we have our die cut ones. So look, in a matter of no time, I have all of these really cute and fun dangles. So then you're thinking, well, great, Cara, I have all these dangles. What am I going to do with them? Oh, here's another one from the book page, and then I added a bead that I wrapped, so that's really cute and fun. So maybe you have some ephemera and you just want to add a little something to it, so you can add a little dangle with a paper clip. There you go. This is from my new Santa ephemera kit. I'll have that linked below. Here's another one that I added. So this one is a paper clip, and this one I used an eyelet and attached it that way. That's also from the Santa ephemera. In my recent 25 days of Christmas tags, I made this tag, and this one I actually, maybe I forgot to emboss. No, this is embossed. Like, it feels like it still needs to be heated, I think. But I embossed this one. Yeah, it seems like it needs, yeah, you can see a little sparkly. I think this one I might still need to emboss. But I used the stamps anyway, and then I made this fun tag, and then used my postage dangle there. Here's another paper clip, and I added a bead, and this one I added a fun Christmas bell too. So wouldn't that be cute? Like with the tag and the little jingle bell. So cute. You can add them to the sides of journals, all sorts of things. All right. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have fun making a ton of different styles of postage stamp dangles. There, I got it out. Again, my name is Cara Brandon. I'm so glad you stopped by today. And if you enjoyed the video, I would love if you gave me a like and thought about subscribing. And come on back. I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to check out all of the other videos in the Christmas Craft Off collab, and go on over and visit Lynn from playing with paper and glue. And one last thing, I want to say a big hearty thank you to all of my Ko-fi supporters, members. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, have a wonderfully crafty day. Bye-bye.